And welcome, everybody, to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us. And you made it to Friday. It's done. Your week is done. And now we are heading head first into a weekend, and hopefully you've got an epic weekend ahead of you. I know that, I don't know if I do. Yeah, I got some things going on this weekend, so it's going to be a wonderful weekend, but we're absolutely thrilled to be here as always. And by we, thank you, Maggie. By we, I don't just mean me. In my many personalities, I mean me and my co-host and big toe and good friend, and so on and so forth, Mr. Don Longbeard. That's you, Don. You're on.
That's
You're on,
me.
Don.
Hey! Hey, how would you be able to tell you got that big subscribe thing right in my face?
I know, yeah. I should turn that one off.
Well, that's okay. No, it's all right.
We've got duplicates all over the place.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
All right. Well, good.
You're just trying to silence me through censorship. Hey, where's all my britches at?
I don't know where your britches are, Don. Hopefully it looks like you kept track of them okay. But everything going good, man?
These are my denim boxers.
Ooh. Those are jorts? Don's sporting the jorts tonight.
Well, I don't know. That actually might be a shark, but whatever.
I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. We got a bunch of paranormal fun to get through, as always, here on the show. And hopefully you guys are all ready for some wild paranormal entertainment, because we'll do our best to bring it to you.
That's not hard.
Well, sometimes it's really hard.
Stuff.
Well, it's just we like to have fun here on the show. If you're new to the show, thank you for giving us a shot, checking it out. And if you're on YouTube and you like what you see and you're not subscribed, please get subscribed. Ooh. Love to have you be a part of the family, as always.
Ooh.
I see Portal Moms out there. How
Hi,
you doing,
Mom?
Mom? Love you bunches. All right, so I'd like to take a moment and thank one of the sponsors of the show, and that is, of course, Cryptid Coin. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a crypto investment that lives at the heart of cryptid research and investigation, then Cryptid Coin might just be for you. I think it's really exciting that they've decided to help sponsor the Paranormal Portal, and we are absolutely thankful for that. And if you want to learn more about Cryptid Coin or what options are available, check it out at cryptidcoin.io. Again, cryptidcoin.io. And hopefully it'll be, a good venture for you. I'm not an advisor. I don't ever want to pretend to be giving you advice, because obviously when it comes to financial advice, I'm not the guy you should talk to. But anyway, thank you so much, Cryptid Coin, for sponsoring the show, as always. And again, check it out, cryptidcoin.io. They are available on PancakeSwap, so it's another option for easier trading if you're interested. So let's get back at it here, Don. What do you think?
I think we should get to it.
What should we get to? The news. God, it was like we rehearsed or something. Yeah, that was like all through that psychic umbilical cord we got.
Oh, brother. Literally.
All right, let's get to it, folks. Let's get to the news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here and live, and this is the Paranormal Portal News Desk. I'm your anchor, Brent Thomas, joined by my co-anchor, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Also known as the Millstone.
The Millstone. Yes. Isn't that what you tie to people's feet to drag them to the bottom?
Exactly. That's my job, to take it to the bottom.
Yeah, you always do manage to find the gutter pretty quick, so that kind of fits.
It's not too hard.
Millstone.
It's not too hard.
That's going to be a new intro for you. The Paranormal Portal Millstone, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Taking you straight to the bottom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the news that I've curated for your enjoyment. Not a lot in the news, actually, since Wednesday, so a lot of it's going to be from the archives tonight. But they're wacky and woolly stories all the same, so let's see where we're going to start here. I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
I pulled it up hours ago, but this one actually is...
Wow.
From new. This is new news.
Wow,
and I didn't even know there was one of these. But ladies and gentlemen, according to unexplained-mysteries.com, the world's first human cyborg has died at age 64.
So he's been a cyborg for 64 years and we didn't know about it.
I'm betting he probably wasn't that long, but I don't know what's going on here. It says, struck down with motor neuron disease, Dr. Peter Scott Morgan wanted to reinvent what it means to be human. Well, humans augmented with technological enhancements have been the staple of cyberpunk science fiction for years, but for robotic experts, Dr. Peter Scott Morgan, making it possible for people with physical disabilities to bypass their limitations through the science of cybernetics became a lifelong passion.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Scott Morgan, who suffered from the same neurodegenerative disorder as Professor Stephen Hawking, developed and implemented a range of systems, including a lifelike avatar through which he could display emotion, a voice box that was equipped with recordings of his own voice, and eye tracking technology through which he was able to control computers. As his body failed, these systems became an increasingly important lifeline and served as a primary way in which he was able to communicate and interact with the world. I wanted to reinvent for everyone what it meant to be trapped in your own body, he said. This isn't just about MND. I don't know what that means. Isn't just about MND. It's about any disability. Oh, the motor neuron disease. Right. Okay. Whether from accident, disease, genetics, or even simply old age, even dementia. But ultimately, it's about everyone on Earth breaking free. I'm lucky enough to be a prototype and neo-human early experiment on how humanity can make a large leap into our future. So that's tragic. I mean, that's of course it's got to be really double tough to be in a situation like that where you are basically trapped in your own body.
Right.
My heart just goes out to people that deal with that, and God bless you. And the fact that they continue to live and continue to have fruitful and productive lives is just heroic to me. It's just a Herculean thing. But he apparently passed away, so I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, when you said that about being trapped in your body, is it wrong that a Metallica song went right through my head when you said that?
Through your head? No, yeah. It's about perfect.
That makes sense.
You're kind of a metalhead though, so I mean that makes sense to me.
Yeah, the Metallica song, yeah, one holding cell.
Oh, okay. All right, but that's the first article on tonight's newscast. Oh, I just had a high-pitched noise in my ear.
Ooh.
Did you hear that?
No, I sure didn't. No.
Okay. I guess it was just
nothing
mine.
loud, at least.
Well, yeah, it was very subtle, but it came through in a piercingly high pitch, as a matter of fact. But at any rate, now my ears are ringing. I might be stroking out right here and now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying.
Or else Mom's talking about you.
Mom's talking. Mom.
Ears are ringing.
Here's the next one on the newscast tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and this story is also coming from unexplained-mysteries.com. Please check out that site. It's just an amazing site full of great little snippets of news and information, lots of different topic areas, including the paranormal and UFOs and science and so much more. So check it out. But the next article they're bringing us tonight is from... This is actually new, too. This is from June 14th, 2022. Time travel. Could it really be possible? I don't know how long this is, so let me just glance. Yeah, it's a huge article. Could be possible.
Oh, it's not that long.
It's not?
No.
I know, but we got to make it for the break here, so I'm going to try. I'll read what I can. I'll read the first few paragraphs here. It says, time travel makes regular appearances in our pop culture, but innumerable time travel storylines in movies, television, and literature. But it is a surprisingly old idea that one can argue that the Greek tragedy of Oedipus Rex, written by Sophocles over 2,500 years ago, is the first time travel story. But is time travel in fact possible? Given the popularity of the concept, this is a legitimate question. As a theoretical physicist, I find that there are several possible answers to this question, not all of which are contradictory. The simplest answer is that time travel cannot be possible because if it was, we would already be doing it. Are you sure we're not? That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
One can argue that it is forbidden by the laws of physics, like the second law of thermodynamics or relativity, but there's also the technical challenges. It might be possible, but would involve vast amounts of energy. There is also the matter of time travel paradoxes. We can hypothetically resolve these if free will is an illusion. If many worlds exist, or if the past can only be witnessed but not experienced. Perhaps time travel is possible simply because time must flow in a linear manner and we have no control over it. Or perhaps time is an illusion and time travel is irrelevant.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, that is.
That's a good point.
See, I think time is frequency, personally. I really do.
Ah, yeah.
And as such, I'm going to put a link to this in our chats if anybody wants to check it out. Bam over or Gemini over in TFR or Nice Citizen, or those of you in the In the YouTubes, you can check it out too. I'll post it in there. And you can see if it is something that you want to read more of. Hi, Jem. Good to see you in both chats. Nice job. She's padding the numbers for us.
Yeah, she is.
So there's a lot more to this, obviously, that talks about the whole mechanics and ideas behind it, at least theoretically. So we don't have time to cover that much information on this newscast, but it sounds like an interesting article nonetheless, and it is linked in the chats on both TFR and on YouTube. So the next article up is from, I guess, unexplainedmysteries.com. You got it.
Hey, Gemini, better double dipping than skinny dipping. Maybe not.
All right, the next one up is, this is not the kind of dinner you want to get, I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure it wasn't one they wanted either. But
oh, my goodness.
Live bomb found in squid, and this is one from the archives, but this is from 2013.
Live bomb found in...
in a squid. A fishmonger in China got more than he bargained for when he cut into a squid for one of his customers. The 3-foot squid had been caught in the waters off of Guangdong province before being taken to a local market. Mr. Huang had been preparing the creature with a knife when he discovered an 8-inch live bomb inside of it.
Wow.
This sort of squid lives close to the shore and normally makes a meal of small fish and prawns. He said perhaps he thought the bomb was his favorite food and gulped it down. He certainly had a big belly when he was caught. The police were called and officers were successful in removing the device and disposing of it in a controlled explosion. It's believed that the bomb may have been dropped off into the water by a military aircraft before being devoured. The squid, which was itself more than 3 feet long, was caught in the shallow waters off of Guangdong. So they eat bombs over there, folks.
Wow.
Even the squids can be dangerous.
But actually, they said they hypothesized that it could have been dropped out of a helicopter.
Or a military aircraft.
Military aircraft.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that's like the balloon bombs from, like, World War II from Japan, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or the guy sitting in the back of the biplane with those little
Yeah,
missiles,
he's just dropping them.
Just dropping them. Hey, I think I got one. So I just be careful with your food before you eat it is all I'm saying. You never know when they eat bombs. But there's another piece of news for you.
I'm sorry, Gemini. We'll try not to embarrass you.
Okay.
Gemini says Claudia is my bestie and wanted to come and meet you all.
Oh, hello, Claudia.
Claudia, yes. Hi, Claudia.
Welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here.
Don't expect anything.
Yeah, just keep your expectations low and you should enjoy yourself just fine.
Down here. All right.
We're going to go to unexplained-mysteries.com again. Is that your fan or mine? You hear that?
It's not my fan.
Okay.
I don't have any fans.
Something's winding up.
Nobody fans for me.
Only fans. Thank you. I'm here all night.
Shh.
All right.
By the way, I'm not making a dime over there.
Yeah, I know. I wonder why. That's a weird thing. There's just no accounting for taste. That's all. All right. Let's go to the next one from unexplained-mysteries.com. I thought the beard's wearing. That was kind of the thing, right?
Like, it's the beard that's in. It's not. It's the rust that's out. I can't just post pictures of my beard on there.
It's like a hazardous waste cleanup. All right. Thieves steal entire bridge in Turkey. This is another one from the archives. Yeah, I guess you get some pretty aggressive thievery over there in Turkey. They stole a bridge, Don.
All them Turks.
Yeah. Villagers in the country's Kocaeli province were left baffled after a nearby bridge totally disappeared. The 25-meter, 22-ton bridge provided a safe crossing over a creek that separated local homes from orchards on the other side. Yet on Monday, puzzled residents discovered that the entire thing had vanished into thin air. Authorities soon determined that the bridge had been cut into pieces and loaded on the back of a truck.
Why?
By thieves who hoped to sell it as scrap metal.
Oh, well, see, that makes sense. Yeah.
I guess that would be a little.
22 tons of steel.
Yeah, that's probably a burger or something over there, right?
44,000 rupee.
Residents expressed their frustration and disbelief over the incident as police vowed to launch an investigation in an effort to catch those responsible.
Dang you, kids!
Local man Mustafa Karakas was particularly unhappy about the theft. Now we have to take our socks off and cross the creek, he said.
Well,
Poor guy. That's not good. Stealing a whole bridge for scrap.
Wow.
You know the economy's tough when you're stealing bridges, Don.
You know what? You know what's weird though is when I was working in Spokane at one of the hotels over there, right? We had this chain link fence, right? It was the 2-inch tube steel, chain link fence. Sure. Somebody went through and stole all the top bars out of it because it was all steel.
Wow.
And they turned it in.
That's crazy.
They made money off it. By the way,
what happened?
Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Jake Fortes is over in TFR chat, and he said, I heard a similar story about a guy who cut into a fish and found a ring. Oh, that's awesome. Man, that's a good find.
It was a proposal.
Yeah. The fish, they had the fish trained to swim up at the right time.
Right, exactly.
The fish took off with the ring. That's crazy, Jake. That's a wild story. Thank you so much.
Fish.
Yeah. Ooh, I see what you did there. That was pretty good. All right. So that was the thief stealing an entire bridge, which is not normally what thieves would steal, but they must have had a hell of a lot of time to do that, though.
I know, huh?
How long does it take to cut a bridge up?
Well, the question is why didn't anybody hear it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not exactly a quiet thing to do, It's, let's put our silencers on our side grinders.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm not sure how you can get away with that in the dead of night without waking somebody, but...
bring me that silenced jackhammer.
Yeah. Bring me my lightsaber. We got to cut this up. You never know. Maybe they got those over there. Could have made it work. All right, that's that one. Let's see what else I dug up into the newscast for you guys tonight. For your listening and viewing pleasure, of course. And the next one is, again, from unexplained-mysteries.com. This is another archive one. So this is from 2013 again. But this is a serious case of sleepwalking because apparently this woman sleepwalks for 9 miles.
How does anybody rest if you're walking for 9 freaking miles?
I don't know. I bet she
and
wakes up.
Is that a round trip or is it just one way?
I'm betting it's one way.
So, like, hubby comes like, oh, she's on the loose again. Call 911.
Yeah.
I forgot to put her collar on her.
Yeah, exactly. Woman sleepwalks for over 9 miles, or 9 miles. Joy Grigg went missing in the middle of the night after climbing out of her kitchen window.
Oh my God, she didn't even use the door.
Wow, what is that woman on?
Pretending she was 16 again?
Can't wake my parents. Major police search was launched in an effort to find her after her husband awoke to discover that she had gone. Remarkably, she was found 9 miles away in a hedge. More than a day and a half later. Oh my God. Was she still asleep?
She was still asleep?
I don't know. It was the second time that she had gone missing in the night due to her sleepwalking habits. The previous time she had managed to walk 5 miles before being woken up by her mobile phone.
Whoa.
She managed to grab her phone. That's funny. She's currently in hospital and we just want to get our lives back together. And try to get things back to normal, said her husband. We're all very relieved and are very much looking forward to her coming home. Just lock the windows, maybe. Yeah. And the doors,
But she crawled out the kitchen window.
I know, lock them.
What?
Maybe she couldn't figure that out in her sleep.
Chopper says Ambien. Yeah, Ambien's
could be, yeah. That's some weird things
Blue
people
Nest
do.
is supposed to cause, but all those. Now, I actually was on Ambien for a while there.
Did you have any freaky sleep stuff happening?
I was single at the time. That was probably better. Actually, I had this girlfriend that stole all it. She oh my God, she like ate it on the regular.
Oh.
I was like, no wonder you're never awake.
Oh man. So that puts you to sleep? I thought Ambien was one of those things that wakes you up, no?
No, Ambien works on the central nervous system and kind of helps shut it down. But it makes you do weird things.
Wow. Okay, well, there you have it. So apparently it did. I don't know if that one was on any medication. We just don't know, but that's a freaky story. And the next one we got up on the deck tonight is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Iran has come up with a novel way in 2013 to deal with their enormous rat problem. And
he doesn't just mean enormous rats. He means ROUSs.
All right, so here we go. And this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. In 2013, snipers deployed to tackle giant mutant rats.
Giant mutant rats. Watch out. Watch out, Shredder.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Where's the turtles? That's what I'm wondering. Gigantic rats have been plaguing Iran's capital, Tehran, after being exposed to radiation and chemicals.
Oh, gee, gosh. I wonder how that happened.
Yeah. The troublesome rodents have grown to the size of cats, and there's now more than them than humans in the city.
Wow.
University professor Ismail Karam has stated that the changes in the rats or in the animals would have normally taken millions of years of evolution, With rat poison alone proving ineffective, authorities have started to send specially trained marksman units out at night to hunt down and shoot the rodents.
Yeah, they're getting up at night eating bean for a snack.
Yeah. It has become a 24/7 war, said Mohammed Hadi, that name, whatever that is, in the environmental agency. We use chemical poisons to kill the rats during the day and have snipers at night.
Jesus.
It's for the rats.
Man, I couldn't sleep last night. We were being overrun by rats and snipers. And
yeah, I know. That woman still would walk 9 miles. That's crazy. Wow.
Holy
Snipers to get rid of rats. I hope they have silencers. God, they'd keep everybody up.
Bomb squids on giant rats to lure the rats to the beaches. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just combine them all.
Yeah,
We'll just make up our own Franken story here. That's weird. I don't know how big those rats are, but they're the size of cats. That's absolutely freaky.
What was the name on the jar? Abby something?
Abby something?
Abby something?
Yeah.
Abby normal?
Ooh, that would do it. All right, here's the next one. That's from a movie.
It is.
Yeah, sounds
What
familiar.
movie?
I don't remember.
Would you like to roll in the hay? Roll, roll, roll.
No, I'm.
Frau Brooker.
You're not helping. You're not helping. I still don't know the movie. All right, the next one up. This is kind of a sad one, though. This is a guy that's homeless over in Serbia. Unexplained Mysteries in 2013.
Hi, Derek.
Tells us that a Serbian man lives in a tomb for 15 years.
Wow.
A Serbian man who lost his house due to debts has since made a grave in the cemetery his new home. 43-year-old former construction worker Bratislav Stojanovic claims that the grave is more comfortable than living homeless in the streets with only 2 square yards of space and 1 yard ceiling high. The tomb isn't exactly spacious, but during the bitter cold of the Serbian winter, it does offer shelter and warmth. Inside the grave, Stojanovic has his possessions strewn across the floor and uses candles he finds in the cemetery to see what he's doing when it's dark. While most of us might find spending even one night in a graveyard to be terrifying, Stojanovic maintains that he's used to it. I was afraid in the beginning, but I got used to it in time, he says. It doesn't frighten me to sleep in a grave. The dead are dead. I'm more frightened of being hungry. Oh. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, when you're speaking of survival, it's like, suddenly any kind of shelter looks good.
Yep.
So poor guy. I hope he got help though. That's that. You know, again, this is from 2013, but that's very tragic.
How you doing, Truth?
Truth
Hip Hop's here.
Oh, very
haven't
cool.
Seen him in a while.
Good to see you. Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping in. All right, the next one up from unexplained-mysteries.com from the archives in 2013.
What?
Yeah, this is from 2013, but it's strange. Male German soldiers developing breasts. Well, in a bizarre medical conundrum,
He just dropped his silence.
I didn't know what else to say. I mean, 5 things went through my head, and none of which could be on the air, so I had to filter quick. Several male soldiers in Germany have started to develop breasts. Male members of a high-ranking military guards battalion were surprised.
You think?
I'll bet. To discover that they were developing a breast-like growth. Only on one side of their body, an ailment that many of the men seem to share. The rare and unusual complaint is known as one-sided gynecomastia, it says. 74% of the soldiers in the battalion complained that they had experienced the problem. The explanation lies in the way that the men slapped their rifles against the side of their chest during the drills.
How does that make your...
an act which, when done repeatedly, has the tendency to stimulate hormones on that side. Out of 211 known cases of one-sided gynecomastia, 35 of them are in soldiers in the German unit. Well, they might want to mix up their drills a little more, maybe. Wow. Just to even it out.
Left.
I mean, you can't just
left. No, you got to go left, right, left, right.
You can't buy a one-sided bra, can you?
Well, I suppose you could. So
I need more support.
Well, they're called over-the-shoulder boulder holders. So if it was just to be an over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, let's go to the next one. And we got a minute left.
A minute left. Wow.
I don't know if I can get in this one. This is
Paranormal Portal. A question: what do you both think of the hole in Siberia? Do you both think
Hold that thought.
Actually, okay.
We're going to be done with the news, folks. Let's get back to the show.
Okay.
What do we think of that, Don?
You know, is that the one that's like supposed to be like forever? And they took the microphone and lowered it down there, and it sounded like, you know, demons screaming and such.
Maybe.
And is that also the one that they took the sheep and they put the sheep down there and it came back like blackened and dead?
We'll check it out in just a couple minutes, folks. Don't go away. We'll get to that question and so much more here on the Paranormal Portal. Oops.
Why do you keep doing that? You just talk.
I don't know.
Nothing comes out.
I get kind of lost. I get lost in all the this circus of buttons here. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for the for the reminders. I don't know. There's lots of things to push and do here. So, it's not just like I got one dial. It's like on or off. Oh, I got to do it over here. There's about 400 or so buttons that we're dealing with.
Left, right.
Sliders.
Flick it. Bop it.
Anyway, it's almost like a game of Bop It. But if you're new to the network or new to the show, if you're new to the show, first of all, we're sorry. This is about as good as it gets. But on the weekends, on Friday, Saturday, we are not only broadcasting on YouTube, we're also broadcasting on TFR Live and iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. And so we have to do the 30-minute segments. So that's why those happen. Sometimes I get comments like, "Oh, why do you got breaks?" It's ridiculous. But it's just because we have to. Yeah, we're simulcasting, so we have to take the breaks. And rather than just air the commercials for you guys to listen to,
which gets us in trouble.
Well, I mean, it might help out the people running the commercials, but I didn't want to do that to you guys, so I put together those video segments, just a collage of sorts. So
Susie to anyone says, "I thought I spoke too much." Sounds better.
Sorry about that. I sometimes do that even after all these years of doing the show. Right. I still will miss a button or two here and there. So just be patient with me.
Portal Mom says you never missed a button.
Oh, well, Portal Mom hasn't made every show. she's been tuning in for about the last 6 months regularly. There's a lot of time before that where you wouldn't have believed the train wrecks that we had here. But anyway, it's great to see so many of you here with us tonight. Thank you so much for coming in and being a part of it. That's why we do the breaks. I just want to throw that out there because, we're seeing new names all the time. So just want to let you know why we do what we do. Before we left on break, there was a question about the hole in Siberia. And do we believe that those are the sounds of hell? Okay, so the sounds could be any number of things. It could just be an audio phenomena generated by winds or airflow through uneven surfaces, which is probably what I would believe it is. Here's the thing: if there is something like a hell, and I don't know, I don't pretend to know. I know the claims, I'm familiar with the beliefs, but I don't pretend to know. But if there is, it's not something that we're just going to stumble into here.
Right.
You just go, oh, geez, I somehow took a left and ended up in hell. It's going to be something that's more of an energetic transition. It's not going to be a physical thing. So, do I believe there could be a hidden world beneath our surface? I think it's possible.
Yeah, very possible.
I really do. And I think there could be more to this globe than what we think. And I flat earth globe, whatever you believe, again, that's up to you. I don't get in too tight into those things, but I don't believe that it probably is quote unquote hell. Could it be things under there screaming? Maybe, but I don't suggest that they're probably demons if they are down there. But I think probably those noises are more of a auditory phenomena based upon airflow through a lot of uneven and crevices and surfaces, and so.
Well, and remember, there's a lot of methane gases and pockets of different stuff down there that's reacting. They could be making these sounds, like you said, wind flow, things like that.
Sure.
Let's add natural gas, methanes, things like that.
Yep.
Because, there could be even other things, other pockets of things that could be creating, helping create those noises. Now, so I agree, but I also agree, like you said, I agree with the idea that there may be, like hollow earth or whatever that is. Susie to anyone says down below ocean sounds weird too. As a matter of fact, our friend Brooks Agnew, we talk to him about hollow earth all the time, and he says that they dropped microphones down into the Atlantic Ocean, and they actually came back with lapping sounds of like waves from the opposite side of the sea floor.
Right.
Which gives the idea that there's another sea under the sea.
Right.
Under the sea. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, could that be food for hollow earth theory? I verily I say unto thee. Plus, when he talked about the 1,500 to 15,000 new species of stingray.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was like 15,000
that just suddenly came from nowhere.
Yeah, and they believe it might have been when the ice shelf broke off up in the Arctic. It may have created or opened up an opening that did exist between some subterranean version of the ocean and the one we have, because suddenly these thousands of new species of stingray just appeared.
Right.
And so, is that possible? Sure. I mean, it is. Now, we know that tectonic shifts happen, and so with tectonic shifts, if there is a cavernous crust, those things could be, pushing air out too. I don't know, but at any rate, that's my take on it. I'm not claiming to be real well researched on any of it, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah. So Para-Urban Ontario, who asked the question, Derek, says, well, don't forget that after the war in heaven, Lucifer took 1/3 of the angels with him, and believes some of them landed here on Earth, which is why we have portals to hell on Earth in the first place. Well, okay, if you want to go, if you want to go with the theology idea, sure, that could be true as well. I mean, we're not going to say it's not possible.
Right.
We're not going to say that's not right, or we're not going to, if that's where you want to go with it, absolutely fine with us. That's
I have no doubt that there are demons and there are people that deal with possessions and confront very evil, horrible things. I just don't necessarily believe that they're in some chasm within the earth, locked in the pit, so to speak. And I think that was probably more of an allegory than anything in my personal belief, but I don't know. I'm certainly not capable of making judgments for anybody else. So just a lot to think about. There's so much possibility. If anything in the paranormal, there's just so much possibility, and I tell this story often, but when I started doing the show, I was like, I know this stuff. I've been looking at it for years. I know all about this.
Right.
And I realized
we don't know
how yeah, exactly how very little I knew, because I've learned a lot from you guys, as well as articles and interviews and just in my own stumblings since then. It's just amazing that what I thought I knew versus what I know now and what I realize I don't know is a huge thing. So. But yeah, I mean, the thing is we don't have in this show. We're never going to draw distinct judgments, because the one thing we don't know anything about is all of the stuff that we discuss. We know very, very little about any of it. So I'm not going to ever make any solid judgment calls on anything, because I can tell you what I may think, what my theories are on it, but I don't ever disregard anybody else's either, because again, if you're going to address something, even if some people like to look at it scientifically, well, if you're truly looking at it scientifically, then you have to leave space for every possible conclusion that people have, because until you can methodically and systematically test it and remove it, it remains valid. So anybody's ideas is just as valid as anybody else's. So.
Right. Well, and plus also, you have to be rather discerning about what you see on, because remember a couple weeks ago we talked about that video that Wes gave us. As a matter of fact, that video was supposedly somebody
Iran.
From Iran, and it was supposedly some sounds that were coming out of what was thought to be an underground hole, a cave, and there was like demon whispering and things
screams
like this
and
screams, but Brent brought up a good point. He's like, where's all the ambient noise? Where's the guys, the people shuffling around, their footsteps, where's their whispering going, oh my God, what's this, what's that? So, that video I don't believe is real. So, you have to be very, very discerning and very logical about this kind of thing. You can't be overly emotional about it, because we want to believe, but we need to balance the want, the emotion of wanting it, with the idea that there's logic that needs to be adhered to. So.
Yeah, and generally, if you see a video on YouTube, you got to look at it with a serious criticism and critique, because there's a lot of people out there putting a bunch of crap. Now, I just as an example, just yesterday, somebody posted, "Hey, a ghost town was recorded by the Mars rover in a cave on Mars," and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, is that possible? And then I looked and I was like, well, that looks really, I mean, it really is like a village that was set up at some time in the distant past. Mm-hmm. And it was the comments that finally clued me in. And I'm like, God, that looks a lot like the Southwest, like New Mexico or whatever. Right. And somebody in the comments, you put a picture of that very picture,
right.
And said, no, this is from Colorado, and had an exact picture of it. Right. And I don't remember the specifics, but there are always people trying to do that. They're always trying to sell, hey, Mars rover just took these pictures. And, and then it's the from Pueblos. Colorado.
Yeah, it's the Pueblos. It's the Pueblo Indians and such like that. They made their housing in these...
In the cliffs.
In the cliffs, in the Pueblos. Yep. So... it's pretty, okay.
But there's a lot of that out there, and you got to be careful because,
true. Yeah.
Again, we want to believe, but you can't dismiss any kind of scrutiny or logic in believing.
Right.
So, but yeah, thanks for the question. I think that's a great question. I think there's a lot to discuss. And Tommy Cooper said hidden hollow earth.
Yeah.
And that's right. Yeah. I mean that's very much a possibility. And I don't pretend to know. I know that those claims go way, 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 way back. There's been talk even from the Hopi that met the ant people from inner Earth and have a legend of them saving them from the deluge. So, there's a lot of history that claims there are civilizations under our feet. So believe what you will.
Yeah.
And so, great question. Keep the questions coming, guys. This is your opportunity to be a part of the discussion. You can do that via chat in the YouTube chat room or in TFR if we catch it. But also you can call in 720-923-0500. The number's on the screen for those of you at YouTube, right under Don and my name on our lower third bar here in the white. On Don's side and my side, and it's also pinned in the chat on YouTube to the top. So if you want to call in and say something, go ahead.
So Derek with Para Urban says he's the one that answered the question.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Derek is a man's name. I love the paranormal and supernatural because the possibilities are endless. Two, there are a lot. There's lots to ponder, and also it's my hobby, passion, and obsession ever since I was a kid in the 80s. There
Absolutely.
You go. That goes right along with that movie. What was that movie? Not 8mm. It was called Super 8.
Super 8.
The kids. Yep. Yeah, the kids. Yeah, that was my childhood.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're with you, brother. I mean, I've been a lifelong enthusiast myself and have tried to learn everything I can, but then, there's just so much out there. Right. And it's, the thing is you learn as you go through this and as you hear people's claims, there's a lot going on. We just don't know.
Right.
And, is it all, it's supernatural and paranormal because it's not our definition of normal. That doesn't mean it's absolutely
impossible.
Impossible. It just means there's a lot. It's basically showing us we have a lot to learn about the mechanics of reality as we know it. We have this idea that it's all concrete and compartmentalized and rigid in this 3D space, but I think reality, in truth,
more flexible,
very fluid and dynamic. Yeah, and so that's what is my conclusion to it all. Is that we just don't know as much as we think we do.
Right.
So, very cool.
About a bunch of babes in Toyland going, what the hell is that?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. So, keep the comments coming. Keep the phone calls. Can make phone calls if you want to call in and talk. That's fine. It's kind of an open board tonight as far as what we're going to cover. We've got several different things I want to get to. The first one is going to come from an article from The Debrief, thedebrief.org. And this is an interesting article. Let me make sure I got it blown up enough. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's big enough. All right, so this is from The Debrief, and this deals with some incursions at the border, and the topic is Homeland Security agents tell of encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. This is written by Tim McMillan and Micah Hanks and Christopher Plain. And it's from May 27th of this year. So it's a brand new, really new article. And we're going to read it together here, go through this and discuss it. So if you want to pipe in or you have any questions or comments to make in the chat, just so you know, if you do an at Paranormal Portal or at Aethro Archives, which is Don's chat name, then it'll give us that nice orange box. Hi, how you doing, Eric? Good to see you. And we can do that. We'll have a better chance of seeing it then, but at least make it all capital letters or something so that it stands out. Hello, Naysay. Good to see you. All right, let's get to this article from thedebrief.org. And this has to do with UAPs on the border. And it says, newly released video and direct testimony from former Customs and Border Patrol, CBP agents reveal that much like the U.S. Navy pilots who say they have regularly encountered unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, law enforcement officials defending America's borders are also encountering unusual aerial objects with surprising frequency. Apparently, there's a lot of Dogman reports coming from the border, too.
Yeah.
According to sources, the debrief has interviewed these incidents include encounters with aerial objects that appear to perform maneuvers well beyond the capabilities of our conventional aircraft. Some of these events, which are also captured on video, have left a number of veteran pilots and other personnel questioning the nature and origin of these objects. Now, in an exclusive to the debrief, a former CBP agent is breaking his silence, offering significant details about his own experience with UAPs while patrolling the Mexican-American border. And this, along with experiences and videos shared with him by fellow CBP and Department of Homeland Security officials. Why is that hard to say? CBP.
Just say Border Patrol.
Border Patrol, thanks. And his efforts to set up a process within the Border Patrol for pilots and agents to report their sightings. For much of the last century, people have been reporting strange objects in the American skies, sometimes appearing to maneuver at considerable speeds and without discernible means of propulsion. These unidentified aerial phenomena, more commonly known as UFOs, have remained an enduring mystery, one that ignores cultural and ideological boundaries with the same disregard they appear to show for territorial boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure I mean, the lines that are on the map are not really there.
Right?
There's no real lines on the face of the earth. In recent years, the dialogue surrounding this long taboo topic has been significantly elevated, particularly among lawmakers and defense officials in Washington. Several incidents, a majority of them reported in recent years by U.S. Navy personnel, have prompted questions about whether drones and sophisticated surveillance platforms operated by foreign adversaries or perhaps something else entirely could be involved in these aerial incursions into U.S. airspace. Based on preliminary intelligence assessments, UAP-related legislation, official Pentagon investigative offices, and recent congressional hearings, one might get the impression that UAP incidents are entirely limited to America's sprawling defense and intelligence apparatus. Yet, people from virtually all walks of life have claimed to have bewildering sightings of these aerial interlopers, and as some former government officials have recently told the debrief, when it comes to U.S. government and UAP, the Department of Defense is hardly the only show in town. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, we know that people of all walks of life have encountered these.
Oh, yeah.
These
they're
things
in the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, the history is full of them. Yeah. There's pretty much every profession. There's somebody that represents that profession that's seen something they can't explain. I'm one of them. I've seen a UFO a few times, and it was exhilarating, absolutely exhilarating, seeing a flying saucer hovering above the trees. I mean, it was just like, oh my God, incredible. And a little bit spooky, but I was mostly in just this state of, oh my God, it really is real. I didn't ever doubt it was real, but It was an incredible experience. It's not just the DOD encountering this stuff, says Robert Thompson, Bob, otherwise Bob, a recently retired Department of Homeland Security agent. In an interview with the debrief, Thompson recounted how one of these roles he took on as a federal agent with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol's Tucson Sector Special Operations Group involved in establishing the reporting requirements for unexplained aerial phenomena within the Tucson sector. According to Thompson, just like the military, a number of these bizarre incidents involving UAPs had been captured on sophisticated government systems, normally tasked with catching drug smugglers or staving off the flow of illegal immigration. Yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
They have to be in possession of just hours and hours of video
Right.
of these things over the years. There's no doubt. And remember that, there's the old technology gap too. I mean, what we have is about 30 years more primitive than what they have.
Right.
So if we have the capability to get 4K video and 6 or 8K,
night vision.
Yeah, night vision and infrared, IR cameras and such,
They
then
can see the cells on the top of your head.
yeah, they can scan your DNA from a football
doubt.
field. I mean, literally, it's
Right.
almost got to be like that. If you think of 30 years of technology, I mean, just think 30 years ago where the technology was versus where it is now.
Right.
And it's two different worlds completely. And what is 30 years into the future going to look like? And that's where they're at, you know? So that's a pretty shocking metric when you think of what they must have access to versus what the average people like us have access to.
Right.
So,
Yep.
let's see. It says, according to Thompson, just like the military, a number of these bizarre incidents involving UAP. Oh, I already read that, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Let's go to the next one. We have guys out there 24/7 with their eyes to the sky looking for smuggling, but they see other stuff, said Thompson. I talked to dozens and dozens of agents that all had similar stories of seeing bizarre stuff or having encounters with the UAP. And additionally, on the border, if you're on YouTube, you can see the screenshot of that sky, but that's a night sky with absolutely no light pollution.
Yeah.
So you can see everything, and it's much like that up here when you get a clear sky. There's not a lot of light pollution,
right.
So you can see an awful far ways away. And in fact, the night sky up here is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
It really is. So they'll probably get to see a hell of a lot more than a lot of other areas in the nation, just because there's not any big metropolises where they're patrolling. Right. It's all desert. So even the chance of rain is real rare. I gotta scroll. There it goes. Finally kicked in. After serving for 11 years in the U.S. military and a stint with the Tucson Area Fire Department as a paramedic and hazmat technician, Thompson began his career with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency in January of 2008. As a federal law enforcement agent, Thompson would go on to spend the next 14 years guarding America's southern borders and ultimately earning a spot on the Tucson sector's Special Operations Detachment Mobile Response Team, or MRT. Gotta love acronyms. There's no shortage of acronyms in government work. I gravitated, almost right off the bat to the special operations side, Thompson told the debrief. As always, you just want to surround yourself with the best, he said. 100% out for excellence all the time. I got onto what they call our Mobile Response Team, which is one of the 3 tiers that make up the Border Patrol Special Operations Detachment. Within the Special Operations Detachment, the primary focus was counterterrorism, counter weapons of mass destruction, proliferation, and drug interdiction. From 2020 to 21, Thompson worked with the newly created Arizona Air Coordination Center, which was to become the brain for air operations within the Tucson sector. While tasked in the center, Thompson worked on other projects, including helping redesign the sector's antiquated 911 system and redesigning reporting requirements for regular tracking and statistics for air support operations. Keep going here. What? Something happened?
Eric.
Oh, okay. Flying was kind of my forte. My responsibility was mainly helicopters, and some of the other aerial platforms that we work with and other partner agencies that we work with, said Thompson in a phone call with the debrief. I was also a paramedic too. In fact, I was a senior paramedic for all the Border Patrol. I'd get pinged a lot as a subject matter expert when it comes to emergency management and preparation, emergency medicine, and counterterrorism. However, along with his official duties in the DHS, Thompson began investigating UAP sightings he learned about from within the agency, even collecting videos and images of bizarre encounters captured by sophisticated government systems. There you go. They've got to have so much of that has never seen the light of day.
Break time.
Oh, we're going to have to come back to this, folks, because we're going to go to the hour break. Don't go away. We got more to come, and we're going to get to the rest of this article on the other side. It's a break. Nothing I can do. We hit these every once in a while, so bear with us. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
to play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace their lines upon my body, dripping scars across my heart. Raging anger pours inside me as their lies keep falling apart. Just make sure that you're well fed.
They're attracted to the one thing about her that is different from themselves. Her life force. It is very strong. It gives off its own illumination. It is a light that implies life and memory of love and home and earthly pleasures. Something they desperately desire, but can't have anymore. Right now, she's the closest thing to that.
Poltergeists are usually associated with an individual. Hauntings seem to be connected with an area. A house, usually.
Poltergeist disturbances are of fairly short duration, perhaps a couple of months. Hauntings can go on for years.
Don,
What up?
I remembered to push the button this time.
Oh my goodness, can they actually hear us? Did I say that out loud?
Hello, are you guys hearing us?
Oh.
Welcome, everybody. We are back, of course, and back at it here on the Paranormal Portal. We just are in the midway through an article, and we'll get back to that in a second, but we have a bunch of people here, so we thought we'd do shout-outs pretty quick.
Shout-outs.
Don, shout them out.
Shout
If you want to
it
shout
out,
you gotta chat. You gotta say something in the chat.
Otherwise, we don't know yet. So we got 12 Pearls. Claudia, there's a new name for me. Hi, Elaine. How are you? Gemini, Jake, and Jessica. How the heck are you? Lori Barnes. That's a new name for me. Maybe I just haven't seen it before.
It's not new.
Not new. Let's see. Christina Lee.
Kirsten?
Wow, Kirsten is. Yes, it's Kirsten. I'm sorry. I knew that. Matthew Learned is here. Rachel Gets It Right, Ron the Sage, Susie To Anyone, Wonder Woman, and let's see, did anybody say anything in that time? Justin Goodart, there he is. You know, I miss, where's Titan been?
I don't know.
I haven't seen Titan in a while. Gigi either.
15 demerits, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. To the corner.
To the corner.
You don't get to come out until you're crying, and if you go in crying, you don't get to come out until you stop.
All right. So thank you very much. Claudia says, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, and Tommy Cooper from Cryptovania is here. That's right.
All right,
yeah.
Tommy.
And then, let's not forget Derek, who asked the question about the hole in Siberia.
Tommy,
so there you go.
My musical influences, honestly, are like Pink Floyd. I like techno music. I like a whole host of things, but my biggest influence is definitely Pink Floyd. I don't know if it shows in anything I do, but I've always loved everything they do. I just could listen to The Wall and The Dark Side of the Moon on repeat for the rest of my life and never get tired of it.
I've never heard a Wall sing before. I've seen him melt, but not sing.
Pink Floyd, The Wall. You've seen him melt, yeah. It goes back a little bit. I just wanted to mention this, too. We had Matthew said something earlier here, and I wanted to go back up to that.
I want to ask about the 8-inch platform heels that Rachel said something about not wearing before bed. Yeah, and then everybody went, oh, well, the heels. No, she said platform. She didn't say heels.
All right. So Matthew said, for years, the government has paid private company for UFO stuff, unless it recently changed. If you were to report a UFO to the police or like the FBI, they would probably give the number for this company. Well, that's interesting. I wonder who that company is. Privatization, I tell you.
Rachel says you don't get a shout out until you've had your pudding. How do you have any pudding unless you get a shout out?
Yeah, I see there is a phone call, but we're going to finish up this article first, so please hold on the line. We'll get to you in just a minute. I just got to finish this up, so we'd kind of blocked it off for the break, which ran right into it, and we'll get right to the calls after that.
Ooh,
so
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of great music out there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying my all-time favorite is Pink Floyd. I've liked many bands, The Cure, U2, many bands. I like a lot of modern music. It's just I got a lot of taste. So, getting back to this article, if you're just joining us, we're going through an article by The Debrief, which is dealing with reports from Border Patrol agents dealing with UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. So we're going through this. It's a really well-written article, a lot of information, but it's got a lot of acronyms. I don't know. How long is this, dude? Look at this. Look at where the scroll bar is on this.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I didn't notice that. My God, we could be reading this the rest of the night. I'll just read a few more paragraphs then, because I'll give the link in the chats. If you guys want to finish up the article, you sure can. I just think it's interesting, that there is a reporting going on the border as well for this stuff. So he said there's lots of other people. These other people have concerns about these objects as well, like it may be for an adversary, said Thompson, describing them as genuine objects that I couldn't explain. Although Thompson admits to having a long-time interest in UFOs, it was only after the 2017 revelations of a quasi-secret Pentagon program, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATTIP, of course, that he said he realized the DHS could provide equally valuable information to in the organized study of UAP. Thompson said he began producing an issue paper in an effort to improve reporting and guidance for agents encountering UAP along the southwest border. Tucson Sector Border Patrol, in conjunction with the Tucson Air and Marine Branch, needs to develop a program to be able to report, identify, catalog, and if needed, interdict unexplained aerial phenomena, UAP. Why do they keep doing that? UAP in parentheses. Once is good. And they are that are encountered along the southwest border, Thompson wrote in the document, a copy of which was obtained by the debrief. Whether or not some of these objects pose a threat to the American interest is not clearly understood, and by establishing reporting requirements, it may serve as an early warning system for emerging threats when combined with technology assets already in place by DHS. A February 9th, 2021 encounter by the Tucson Police Department Air Support Unit with an object that defied known drone/SUAS characteristics was highlighted in the document. The craft, described as highly mobile drone, was able to outmaneuver the helicopters operated by both the Tucson Police Department and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. Mm-hmm. So a lot in this article, a lot to unpack. Here's the thing. I don't, again, I could be absolutely wrong, and I know there are plenty that believe otherwise, but I think if these things wanted to hurt us, they would have done it a long time ago when we were still like throwing sticks and rocks. I can't see, and I think they've been around that long watching what we're doing. And so why would they wait for decades or centuries as we developed a bigger sticks, It doesn't make sense to me. They would have done it a long time ago. And even if they wanted to now, I don't think we pose any threat whatsoever. So just my opinion, and I could be absolutely wrong, but it just seems to me kind of silly. But anyway, I'm going to put this link in the chats if you guys want to check out the full article and read it to its conclusion. It is an interesting article, and it's kind of neat because I think these kind of official reports I think are valuable in that, they're not prone to exaggeration or anything,
You know what I think is wrong?
With what? With me? Oh, or
No.
what? Where are we going with this?
Naysay. Naysay's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Naysay, you're wrong.
Okay.
Naysay said Rush beats Pink Floyd out only when you're thinking about which albums to flush down the toilet. How dare you?
No. I like Rush and Geddy
Rush
Lee.
is one of my top 5.
Yeah, but they're no Pink Floyd. They're good, very good, but they're
Pink
no Pink
Floyd
Floyd.
was all right.
They were amazing.
Somebody mentioned the metal album. Now, the metal album, Meddle, that was an excellent album because that was the one that had One of These Days on it.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was like...
Yeah.
But then again, Black Sabbath is at my top. Old Black Sabbath, like 67, 68, 69.
Yeah.
The original stuff, with the doomy stuff.
Sure.
That's where metal, that's where that, One of These Days, it falls into that genre. But
sure.
Nah.
All right. So we do have a phone call. So why don't we get to the phone call and just find out what's going on? And I believe it's Miss Seven Pearls calling in. So let's hear what she's got to say. Is that you? 228?
Well, hello. Good evening, all.
Hello to you. How are you tonight?
Well, I've gained about 5 more pearls. I'm 12 pearls now.
You're 12 pearls.
But
Man.
Good evening to all, and hello to everyone out in radio and to the YouTube chat. Big shout out. And you were really discussing some diverse topics tonight.
Sure.
Brent, about UAPs and Don, we gotta love Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath, yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
But what I wanted to talk about was some of the UAPs, the independent astronomers. There's a lot of independent astronomers that aren't affiliated with some of the ABC groups, and there's a lot of people online that are noticing. We're gazing at the skies at night. We're watching it during the day. We're noticing some unique phenomenon. And, I don't really have any bona fide proof, Brent,
Sure.
but there's a lot of talk about Tiamat, and there's a lot of talk about another planet, as in Nibiru.
Sure.
Its atmosphere interfering with ours, affecting the weather. And it seems to be somewhat of a conspiracy cover-up. But yet, there's a lot of people around the world that, we're noticing sunrises that are rather awkward. We're noticing that the clouds just don't appear to, we are just noticing some anomalies that just aren't the way we saw the sky 30 years ago.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have any input on that yourself?
Well, as far as Nibiru is concerned, I find the legends of the Anunnaki very interesting, and I think that there's something really incredible about it. I just know that in terms of Planet X or Nibiru, it's been, there's been people forecasting its appearance for about several decades now. It's going to be this year. It's going to be next year. It's coming. People warn it's going to be this year, and so if it's out there, and it very well could be, I don't know. I mean, and if it was close enough to affect our atmosphere, I think our atmosphere is going through a change. But this is just my opinion. Please don't throw any heavy objects at me for anybody listening to me. But I think the Earth has cycles, and we are very young as a recording and observing presence on this planet. And I don't think we understand those cycles as well as we like to think we do. And I think that there's a biorhythm to everything that's alive, and the Earth is very much alive. And so I don't know that what's happening is so far out of the norm for this planet or not. I mean, I just have a feeling, I guess intuitively, I think, this is just another cycle of the organic Earth, and that it's doing what it's doing because maybe we're in a state of transition or something, I don't know. But I think it's very interesting, and I don't mean to discredit any of that. I know that, those claims are out there, and I don't pretend to know enough to have any real solid feedback on any of them, just the little bits I've picked up here and there.
Well, you're making a very valid point, because astronomers have gone back into time, and noticed that the very early cycles of planets and stars and whatnot. And then when you research history, you're going to go back in history and see that, that there were just enormous fires and fire tornadoes.
Sure.
And, there was volatile weather on this earth that, we ourselves have not yet we have not experienced what is written and documented clear back in history. So saying that, we're going through cycles and we don't, and that's highly probable. You make a very good, valid point on that, and there is research that can document that and back it up. There are some videos online that are circulating concerning Tiamat and some independent astronomers, and they're keeping it a little hush-hush.
Sure.
They're not posting the videos out to where they can be censored right away by their titles. But we are noticing some serious phenomena, and I'm not a professional astronomer, and so I don't know how to scrutinize those videos as well. And I think it would be very interesting if maybe at a later date to get someone on the show that can actually, dissect some of these videos that are circulating. I think it would be rather interesting.
Sure.
And as far as UAPs go, I witnessed some UAPs when I was a teenager, and there's nothing more mesmerizing and just, pardon the expression, for lack of better words, earth-shattering, something that you watch dance in the sky and then zoom off at speeds that are just mind-boggling.
Right, yeah.
And then, there's paranormal phenomena of people who have actually seen reptilians, and so, as we progress in life and more information comes online, inquiring minds want to know, and I think we all seek proof, as much as we can prove.
Sure.
But when it comes to paranormal phenomena, you know what you saw. You know if you saw a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You know if a poltergeist threw something across the room and it shattered.
Sure.
You know that wasn't just coincidental. It actually happened.
Right.
And so it's got to thank you for all the diverse topics that you cover and how you spark our minds. And I just love y'all, you know. Everybody needs to subscribe to Paranormal Portal and give them a thumbs up, give them a shout out, give them a super chat. They're some of the best people in the world to talk to. They make you at ease, and we just love you, Brent and Don, and everybody at Paranormal Portal.
Oh, thank you so much. That's wonderful, and it's great to hear from you again. Thank you so much for calling in. It's wonderful to talk.
All right. Well, enjoy your evening, and I'll be steadily tuning in.
All right. Good night. Thanks again.
Thanks, Pearl.
All right. Good night.
There you go. Yeah, you know, it is interesting phenomena, and it is interesting the correlations between the different things in our natural world, you know, but I still believe, you know, there was a something I saw, a meme on Facebook, you know, it was aliens looking down and people looking up at them and going, it's aliens, it's gods. It's none of that. It's your imagination. And the aliens are going, nope, they're not ready. You know, because supposedly that's the story of Valiant Thor. And when him and his brother and his wife came to Earth as Venusians, is they were here. Thank you, Maggie. They were here to. The story goes that they were here to enhance our enlightenment through, you know, consciousness, not bigger bombs and blowing people up. Yeah, you know, as opposed to what the Greada Treaty that eventually came out of that whole thing gave us, which was marauding aliens, you know. Urban, you can call in, absolutely.
Yeah, by all means.
Phone number's tagged right up there above chat.
Yep, it's right on the top of chat. Call in.
But yeah, I mean, there's just so much out there to unpack and such. So there you go.
All right, we got another call. A couple new calls now.
Wow.
Let's get to the first one here. This is from area code. Let me unmute it first. Area code 520. You're on the phone. You're on the horn. You're on live. Are you there?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Thank you. Who are we talking to?
Hi, it's Mercedes.
Hi,
from
Miss Mercedes.
Arizona.
How you doing? Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I wanted to find out what you guys thought about, I don't know if it's like a dog man or what it was. I was reminded of something that my son had seen once about 3 years ago, and it was on the dirt road, as you know, about the house and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So it was almost like they were driving off, but this is kind of like a dog man. So I know this is something I think that we have here, and I didn't know if you'd heard of anything like that in the area of Arizona, but they said they were driving down the dirt road that leads to our house, and there was something hunched over, and it was almost like a big dog, but then it sounded like kind of like the same things where it all of a sudden just took off, but it was big, and it took off across out into the desert.
Wow.
So is that something that, you know, I've really not brought that up too many times because it's just kind of interesting, but I didn't see it personally, but I was wondering how if you've ever heard of things like that in Arizona.
Yeah, of course. As we were stating earlier when we were talking about the Border Patrol, there's actually a lot of claims allegedly from Border Patrol agents of having encounters with dogmen in the Arizona area, New Mexico, the whole works. So there's allegedly some of them down there. And additionally, if this wasn't observed actually walking bipedally, I was actually thinking of a skinwalker too, because that's, of course, very, very regarded down in the Southwest as well. Perhaps the skinwalker phenomenon, which is either one, I think is absolutely horrifying, to be honest with you. But do you know did they ever see it stand up, or did it just look like a really big canine kind of thing down on all fours?
Well, apparently it did. It was kind of like, okay, so like, let's say there's no lights on this dirt road. So they're driving.
Right.
And he said that he saw something like in the road. So it was almost like it was low to the ground. And the closer that they got, then it raised up and then took off.
Oh.
So I was thinking I saw my son come around the corner, but it wasn't him. So I can find out more information on it. Yeah. But it plays, I mean, there's so many, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, it could be like, that's what I thought too. It was like a skinwalker or something, because at the time, you know, with all the stuff that goes on around here, I know for a fact that there are the skinwalkers very close by. I mean, they, but I don't know. It was just so much like a dog person.
Right.
That, you know, it just, I've been hearing so much about you guys, the dog men, from your program a lot now. And I'm just like, wow, maybe it was, you know?
Right.
And I'll see if I can get them to describe it, and I can maybe have a real full description of what he saw. I know it had red eyes.
Oh,
it had eyes. He could
that's
see
never good. I would say though that if it was huge, like way oversized, I would probably lean more towards dogmen. If it was more like a man size, then it would seem to be more, possibly a skinwalker. I haven't heard many reports of skinwalkers reaching gargantuan size. Right. They're just more shifting in basically man size, whatever they're becoming. And so if it was way big, I would think probably it could very well be a dog man. But again, I'm speculating either way. But depending on the size of what they saw, that might help to identify what it was.
Okay, I can find out. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just wanted to share that with you. I hadn't heard about the Border Patrol.
Yeah.
With people seeing, but I mean, I know there's like chupacabras and things like that. Which, you know, what is that? That it's almost like, do you think that could be a dog man, a chupacabra, or?
You know, there's so many definitions of what people call chupacabra. It's really hard to tell. I mean, the original definitions were these spike-backed, hunched-over things with like a long snout and fangs. And so since then, people are calling many different things chupacabra. I think it's more of like that's a term people know, and so they throw it at it. But I don't think that it doesn't sound like a traditional chupacabra to me. Those are more spiky backed and hunched over, and I don't know if they're bipedal or not. I think they're just quadrupedal, but they sound pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. I just wanted to call in and say that.
Oh, it's wonderful to hear from you. Thank you so much for calling in and being a part of the show.
You're welcome. You guys have a great night.
All right, you as well. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
We only have a couple minutes.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes. We got another call on the hold waiting. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about a minute out from break. And so we're going to wait on the last phone call here until we come back on the other side. Again, the breaks are a necessary evil.
What?
That's the umbilical cord. That's, yeah. Well, you want me not to talk? Okay.
No,
it's all yours, Don.
No, do all the talking you need. Thank you.
But yeah, that's crazy. The reports are pretty wild. But yeah, please hold on the line until we get back from the break.
Yeah, give us about 4 minutes. We'll be here.
Yep, we'll be here back in a couple minutes anyway. But it's been a spectacular showing tonight. Wonderful to see all these new names and faces showing up. And please, if you like what's happening here, we'd love to have you be a part of the family. Just subscribe and ring the bell. Yep. And also know that we also have a podcast. Yes. If you haven't heard the podcast, this isn't it. This is our YouTube show. The podcast is a whole different animal. And you can find that on all the major platforms, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Google Play, Stitcher, CastBox, and a bunch of other ones. So wherever you get your podcast, do a search for Paranormal Portal and you'll find us there.
Oh,
and
that must be Derek on the phone.
Oh, it is. Good. Okay, so Derek, hold the line. We'll get back to you on the other side, and we'll talk to you then. So we're just... Yeah, ring the bell. Hit the likes, too.
Yeah.
We likey.
You only like it once, because if you like it twice, you unlike it. So don't unlike it twice. If you do it twice, then hit it 3 times, because you got to hit it 3 times to make it right.
3 is a charm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in just a couple minutes for the home stretch of the show tonight, so don't go away. right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it here on the Paranormal Portal. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey tonight. We've had a fantastic crowd showing up and taking part in the show. And we are in the home stretch, so to speak. We've got about 25 minutes left of the show. Can you believe it, Don?
Wow.
It's a time anomaly up in here.
Where has the time gone?
It's a time anomaly. It's an anomaly anyway, but it's a time anomaly. By the way, Mercedes, you're still on the phone line, just so you know. I don't know if you missed hanging up your phone or not, but just so you know, it's still connected. But I'm going to go to the next call, which is, of course, area code 519. Are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Absolutely. Welcome to the show, man.
Okay, cool. I turned my volume down on my computer because I don't like how my voice sounds on an answering machine or on a computer. So I'm multitasking here. I'm doing estimates for work for next week. I'm researching. I'm watching you guys, or I'm on the phone, and I'm cooking dinner.
Wow. That's amazing. You're a keeper.
About dogmen, I do believe dogmen exist. I don't know exactly if these are shapeshifter or wolfmen or whatever, but I do believe it's kind of, see, the dogmen, I live in Canada. I'm from Windsor, Ontario, right across from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
And we have the Windigo here in Canada.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I next year I'm going to go on a camping trip to Algonquin Park. I hope I sound okay. Anyways,
you sound fine.
To search for the Wendigo, and I also saw Ogopogo when I was a kid.
You did see it? Wow. Tell me about it, if you don't mind.
Well, at first I thought it was just a deformed log. You know how when you're a kid you look at a log and it kind of looks deformed and like full wobbly.
Yep.
Well, and that was until I started researching what I saw, matching pictures, because back in my day it was Polaroids.
Oh yeah.
And you would have you'd have to take the film to Shoppers or drugstore to get it developed.
Right. Yep.
So I started looking at books of the Loch Ness Monster, then I saw Ogopogo pictures, and I'm like, shoot, I think I just saw Ogopogo.
Wow.
So sadly, I didn't have the picture because, as you all know, you move so many times, things get misplaced, lost, thrown away. It's but you know, I'm a ufologist as well, and I have to say, there is a picture of, and I'm not going to get all biblical or theology here.
Sure.
But I do tie everything but I am a mystery hunter of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
There is a picture of Mary holding Jesus as a baby, what looks like a craft, an alien craft behind her, if you've ever seen that picture.
Yep, that old painting, yep, for sure.
I'm talking with my hands like you guys can see me. You guys can't see me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. You're doing great, brother.
But I'm a big believer in this. Now, I debunk certain things, but I am a huge believer in dogmen, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, you know, so there's too much information out there for it to be disproved.
Right. I would agree with
you.
Yep.
And I'm a logical thinker as well, and if something sounds too good to be true, usually it is.
Right. Right.
You know, like the Amityville horror case. I have my doubts about that case. You know what? I'm glad I'm back in the paranormal. You know, researching and reading books about it just doesn't cut it anymore. I need to investigate it again, and I'm doing that.
Right. I got to ask you, and what if you do find a Wendigo? I mean, they sound like absolutely horrible, scary, frightening, hellish creatures. I mean, aren't you concerned about that, or what? You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is how I plan it out. I'm going to hide in the bush. If I see Wendigo, I'm going to stop a picture of it, and I'm going to scurry away like a special forces guy.
Yeah, good for you.
On my stomach, doing the military crawl.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm a risk taker, and when it comes to this, you have to take risks. Now, I'm not saying be stupid about it.
Right.
Be very common about it, but still,
Yeah.
I go for the stories, you know.
Sure. I got to ask you also, in terms of the Wendigo, one of the things that I find absolutely frustrating about it is the number of different descriptions there are. There's the possessing spirit that drives people mad Wendigo. There's the emaciated skeletal looking creature with a skull of a deer on it type of description. And then there's another description that basically sounds like a Sasquatch.
Right.
And so which version is it that you're expecting to see? I'm not meaning to be facetious in any way. I'm really curious because it's very puzzling how there's all these descriptions.
Well, I'm not expecting him to come up and give me the fist pump and say, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" You know what I mean?
Sure.
But
right.
That's a little bit of a joke. I'm nervous. I joke.
Don't
Anyways,
worry. You're doing good. But I'm just curious. What do you think it is? I guess is what I'm asking you. What do you think the Wendigo is?
I guess the emancipated type. You know.
Oh, the emaciated one. Yeah.
That seems to be the growing consensus when people saw the Wendigo.
Okay.
The Holocaust emancipated, nothing but bones. You know what I mean? And I hate to use the word Holocaust, but that's what I have to describe it as.
Right.
They're emancipated. You know.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you, and I think that would be absolutely terrifying to get anywhere near. But I hope it goes well for you. When are you doing this?
I'm hoping by next year.
Okay. Well, you got.
But right now I'm just focusing on doing investigations here in Windsor, Ontario, and I want to go to Halifax and do an investigation in Halifax Harbor where the munition ship exploded in 1900.
Right. Yeah. That's amazing too. But just, if you wouldn't mind, when you do this investigation, please keep us posted because, first of all, I hope that you're safe doing it and everything goes okay, but it'd be really interesting to hear what you found.
Of course, I will keep I try to watch you guys all the time, and between work and recovery and research and this and that, it's it's kind of hard, but I try to find time. And you guys seem pretty serious, like I am with this, and I got to be around people that are serious in this and not messing about.
Right. No, I think that's fantastic, and thank you so much for calling in, man. It's great to meet you. Thank you for your support, and I wish you the best. And please stay in touch.
Awesome. Thank you, and thank you, Chad. And I will keep in touch, and I will call in again when I do some investigations.
Perfect, brother. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your weekend.
You too, brother. I'll be watching the rest of the show.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good. Thanks,
Derek.
And we got another call again. So I think this is area code 480. You're on the air.
Hi, Brent and Don.
Hi.
This is your other chick from Arizona, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
How you doing, Jess? Good to hear from you.
Hey.
How's things down there?
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. Doing good.
Good.
Question. Are you still going to Phenomicon?
Yep.
As far as we know.
We are going in September, of course. Yep. Looking forward to it.
I'm ready.
You're ready? Yeah.
And my friend is too.
Oh,
my friend Vanessa and I are coming.
Oh, very cool.
Remember, I told you I'm coming on my birthday.
Right.
You did. Yep. That's fantastic. It'll be good to meet you. And we'll be there.
I'm excited.
We're going to have a booth there, and so make sure to check it out. And we'll be hanging out there. And
I'd love a bumper sticker.
Yeah, and
definitely.
What? What'd you say?
I'd love a bumper sticker.
You'd love a bumper sticker? Yeah, me too. We don't have any.
Yeah.
we can't even afford our own gear.
Might look like marker on.
And I'd also.
It might look like.
What were you saying?
I said it might look like marker on duct tape, but it'll stick to your bumper.
It's a bumper sticker.
And I also like to give a shout out to Megaphone Man Naysay. His birthday's coming up pretty soon.
Ooh, yeah, another
Mr. Cancer Man.
Oh, jeez. My head went somewhere else when you said it. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, the astrological thing. Yeah, okay.
Mr. Nacy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
June 26th his birthday is?
Okay. Well, we'll have to remember to say happy birthday to him on the 26th.
There you go. Yep.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the comments, duct tape bumper stickers.
That's about all we got so far.
Well, I'm going to be excited to meet you, and I'm ready for Utah, and we're going to do all kinds of other fun stuff too, like see the dinosaur quarry and all that, like prehistoric.
Absolutely.
Stuff.
There's a lot of events going on at Phenomicon, like tours and things like that that you can do. So there's a whole bunch of activities going to be happening there. And this is Vernal, Utah. Anybody out there listening, on the 8th through the 11th. We'll put a slide up on the screen so you guys can see it. But it's going to be...
I'm coming on the 10th.
Are you? You're coming on the 10th? Okay. Very good.
My birthday. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be sure to sing happy birthday to you.
All right. But I'll talk to you guys later and check out the new Creator album, Don.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that. Yep, I got to do that. Yep, definitely.
Awesome. Well,
Hate Uber Alles is the name of the title of the album.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Well, it's great to hear from you, Jess. It's nice that you called in. Thank you so much for calling. And, we'll look forward to meeting you at Phenomicon.
And keep on rocking out those cool tunes you do, Brent.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to work on music, but it's something I always.
You should make a CD. You should make a whole CD of stuff. Cool. That'd be cool.
Well, thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Maybe if I.
One more question.
Sure.
One more question. Is Sheldon coming?
I don't know. Maybe. All I can say right now is maybe. There's a lot of question marks about that, but we're going to try to bring him too. So. We'll do our best to bring the whole team.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And hi to Minion and hi to Anubis too.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jess. You have a good night.
All right.
Okay.
Peace out. Bye.
Peace out. And we have another call. And this is from area code 605. You're on the air.
Don, Brent, how are you, my family?
Good. Who are we talking to?
Taco Violet.
Taco. Where you been, brother?
Buddy?
Yeah, how are you guys?
We're doing good, man. How are you doing? What's going on?
Good. Got the house rebuilt and everything after the fire and stuff, and finally able to probably start joining back into things.
Good. Yeah, we missed you, brother. It's great to hear your voice again. How's the family doing?
Good. My daughter's out here yelling at me, so it's good.
No, that's what they do. They do it well. But she sounds adorable, man. Everything going good though?
Yeah. Hey, say hi, Brent. Hi, Don.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Don.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. How are you? That's adorable. Oh,
she's good. She's getting ready to go to bed. I jumped right in after seeing you said something about bumper stickers, and I just wanted to call and to remind you that. I can make you stickers. I would love to do that. You just got to send me your file, and I will print you a whole bunch out.
Oh, beautiful, brother. Thank you. Yeah. I'll email you after the show, and we'll sort that out.
Any kind of thing you guys want, printed, anything like that, just let me know. Beautiful. And it's been so long since I called and talked to you guys, I had to call and say hi.
Yeah, we've missed you, brother. It's great to hear from you, and I'll talk to you after the show, and we'll dial this in a little bit. Thank you so much. That would help out a bunch.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And I don't know if I'm not sure what the show's topic is tonight because my mom is actually in from out of town here.
Okay.
But I have another video on YouTube of a UFO. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you want to show that or look it up, go ahead because I actually have that UFO, and then I actually zoom out and compare it to a plane that's flying by, and you can see the difference, and the thing just like disappears.
Fantastic. I'll probably show that on Wednesday, brother, because videos when we're connected to the networks don't work out good for the people that are listening only. So, but next Wednesday will be just a YouTube show. So if you don't mind, I'll play it then.
Yeah, there you go.
No, please do. I'm gonna try to get back on here and obviously join back up because I obviously miss it all, but.
Yeah, I
wanted to call and just say hi and let you guys know everything's getting back to normal now with the house. And
good.
you obviously know what happened, and just I miss you guys, and I'm still supporting you 100%. There's never been a fault in that. So,
awesome,
well,
brother.
thank you, brother. We miss you too, and it's great that you'll be around again. That'll be fantastic.
I'm going to do everything I can to do it, and everybody that's in chat right now, I missed everybody there too. So it's been a while. It's been hectic, but again, you want stickers, you want stuff. I'm more than happy just to throw it at you for the show. I'd love to do that and show support. So,
well, thank you, brother. I will reach out to you after the show, and we'll see what we can do, man. That'd be fantastic.
Fantastic. All right. Well, you two have a wonderful night, and I'm hopefully going to keep watching. Like I said, my mom's in from out of town now. The house is rebuilt and stuff like that, but I'm going to try to keep on keeping on, you know.
All right, brother. We'll give our best to the family and give the youngin' a squeeze from us, okay?
I sure will. Here, hold on one second. Come here, Nora. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Right on.
Good night, sweetheart. You guys take care.
All right, talk to you too.
Oh, see you now.
Right,
bye.
There you go. Well, there's somebody we haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah, Taco. And ladies and gentlemen, Taco made the sign back here, the illuminated Paranormal Portal sign. He made it on a plasma cutter out of like 1/8-inch steel. It's the real deal. It would probably stop many rounds of bullets.
Yeah, and if you used properly, it might smash a few heads too.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. It's a heavy.
That's if you don't strain yourself.
There's a reason it's hung up with chain. It's hung up with chain, not with nails.
Real chain.
Yeah, it's real chain. So, but very cool. I wanted to bring this up on screen, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about Phenomicon. That Don and I will be there. Maybe Sheldon will be there too if we can swing it. But this is September 8th through the 11th in Vernal, Utah is Phenomicon. And we are really excited to go see it and be a part of it. I guess that is the full screen. Okay, I still got the chat up there. Yeah, good. All right, so there's a lot going on in this event. There's so much going on, some amazing speakers. There's also not only Expedition Bigfoot will be there in the form of Russell Accord, Ronnie LeBlanc, and Maria Mayer, but the people from Skinwalker Ranch show will be there as well. Dr. Travis Taylor will be there, and I think Caleb and Eric are both from that show as well. Bryce Johnson is from Expedition Bigfoot as well. So there's some really cool things going on. Adam Davis is going to be there. James Vieira, Dr. Jeff Meldrum. So many amazing people are going to be present at this event. So, and if you check it out, go to phenomicon.net and you can see all the activities that are going on here. And there's so much going on, and including after hours things like tours and heading out to check out some areas around there, including Skinwalker Ranch, which is in the area. So I think there's somewhat of a outing to Skinwalker Ranch. I think I might be misspeaking.
I think you're right. I think there was something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the events are listed down here. It's in the Uinta Conference Center in Vernal, Utah, and that'll be again through September 8th through the 11th. So hope to meet you guys there. We'd love to see you all. Any of you that happen to be in the area, we'll be there. And again, we'll have a booth. So stop by and say hello to us if you would.
I thought you were going to bed, Jake.
Jake?
Well, at least you don't have school in the morning, right?
Yeah, you don't have to get up for school.
Well, tomorrow's Saturday anyhow. There's no school. What the hell? I'm so old.
It's hard to, the days kind of bleed together, don't they?
It's funny, the school gets out, and then, all year through the school year, we're used to driving through there, at 50 miles an hour. And now we can drive again at 25 miles an hour because that's the regular speed limit through there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm looking at Android said, maybe you should switch your cams on screen so the sign is connected. What does that mean?
When you flip to our regular screen,
this one,
see how it's disconnected up here.
Where?
See?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's meant to, the features of the show are supposed to be us. But this is the background back here. I guess I was pointing off screen, but that's the sign that Taco made. It's exceptionally cool, and I built a box and lit it up and stuff. But it's been a centerpiece of the Paranormal Portal studio for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you can see it better this way. Yeah, there it is.
There you go. Yep.
There it is. The black sign up here that's changing colors every once in a while. That's it. Very cool. So, and this mask behind my head was sent by our very own Ruthie.
Yes,
that's
creepy,
from
creepy.
Indonesia. It's from.
And then you got the coconut one that nobody.
Yeah,
can
the
see.
coconut one behind me, which is creepy, and then the one up in the middle there is from Java. No, from Bali in Indonesia. And Yep, they're supposed to ward off evil or something like that.
Oh, I'm sitting here.
Yeah, it didn't quite work, but but yeah, that's part of the stuff behind us here, and of course the alien head over here behind me. So that's just a story.
You know what Brent did to me? He put this ugly, nasty, lovely clown head that was sent to us by our friend Lady Death.
Oh yeah.
But it here's the creepy part.
Here you go, take it. Lift it up so they can see. It was sent to us by Lady Death.
That's scary as hell.
Don loves him some clowns.
Yeah. I can't even put them on the barbecue. They taste funny.
Oh! Yeah, there you go, folks. This is why you're here for this highbrow entertainment.
You guys knew that was coming. Come on.
It's a bit of a canned joke, but it's always a classic. Always a classic. But anyway, head over to Phenomicon.net for more information about that conference. We've got literally 4.5 minutes left.
We're pretty much done, yeah.
I know. So what do you want to do now? Well, there's not enough time to get into another article or anything. And I'm thinking, what should we do?
You know, there is a promo code out there for our Paranormal Portal gear at Teespring, so don't forget about that. Can you take me off full screen? My head's big enough.
No. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too.
Tomorrow's show is just like that, except with my head.
Right.
Because it's just me.
So there is a promo code out there. It's 15% off. It's Our Friends. OURFRIENDS. Our Friends.
Yeah.
And it's 15% off at Teespring at our... there's a bucket hat in there. I've still got to get one of those.
Did you get it?
No. You know what? We just got paid, didn't we? Yep, we did. I'm going to buy me a new bucket hat.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for it to load. Teespring's being kind of sluggish here.
Yeah.
It's coming up. Yeah. And then I'll put it on full screen so you guys can see the Teespring site. Here it is.
Mid-South Squatch. Hey, how you doing?
Mid-South Squatch, welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping in and being a part of the festivities here. Here it is. There it is. Paranormal Portal gear. You can look at the featured products with the flame on it. Ooh.
Dang, that's hot.
We can probably get rid of the gators now.
Yeah.
But there's lots of different things to pick and choose from. The coffee mug with the saying that I close every show with, the coffee mug with just the logo, sticker here, and some Paranormal Portal podcast t-shirts. And there's more. But wait, there's more.
I got to rearrange the rockers back up to the top.
Yeah, but there's lots of different designs here. Some were created by our friend Tom at T-Fetch.
Yep, T-Fetch.
And those are the Black Eyed Kids one and stuff. And then there's the rocker collection. These have been really popular. Now, there's the bucket hat right there, folks.
Yeah, there's the bucket hat.
Bucket hat. If you're looking for a Paranormal Portal hat, well, you need a bucket to carry that brain in. Here's your bucket.
That's why they're called brain buckets.
Brain buckets. There you go, folks. Lots of great stuff over here, including, just in time for summer, your very own rocker, Paranormal Portal rocker shirt.
There you go.
Called rockers, not because it's a metal thing, but because of the rockers. The half circle or the curved banners, those are rockers, right?
Right, yeah.
Yep. So we modeled it after a
biker jacket.
A biker jacket, yeah.
Street gang.
Biker gang, yeah.
Down with the paranormal.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
You down
in the Northwest for life, baby.
You representing PP?
No. No, we ain't rocking that either.
No, we ain't rocking that. But that's what's available on our Teespring site. The link is in the description, and there's also a shelf below the video. You should be seeing a shelf. If you're not, let me know. But there should be a shelf below your video showing the gear there, at least some pieces. But if you want to see more, go to the link in the description. But it's one way to help support the show as well. And every way, I know things are tight for a lot of people right now, and it's only getting worse. So just know that there's lots of ways to support the show. And one of the best ways is just being here, being a part of the audience, being a part of the conversation, calling in, hitting the like button, and sharing it if you wouldn't mind. That's the biggest way to help, is by sharing these videos to your social media. That helps us a ton. And, making sure to subscribe and ring the bell as well. And commenting under the videos, commenting. If you watch a video after it's been live and it's on video on demand, just leave a comment. Just say, something, and that goes a long way to push it up. Where is Phenomicon? It's in Vernal, Utah, Jake.
Utah.
I don't know when he left this comment in here.
That was a while ago. But
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Vernal, Utah. So that's the event coming up. This is the show. We got 46 seconds.
46 seconds. Oh,
actually,
my goodness.
Cut by 30 because we got the bumper going out.
That's true. So we got about 15 and a half milliseconds.
Don, anything in closing?
I love you.
Don loves you. Remember
Checks
that.
in the mail.
Whenever you're sad and lonely, just remember Don loves you. And so do I. So we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day and remember to laugh as much as you can. I'll be back tomorrow night for the Saturday show. I hope you'll join me then right here on YouTube, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you there.